On my side, but I'll be well positioned.
All right. Now, so just a fast overview from the other day, because I know a lot of y'all weren't here. Standard form is either f of x equals or y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. Okay? Vertex form is either f of x equals or y equals, and it's a times x minus h squared plus k. All right, and then we're going to start talking about specific things on the parabola. Okay, so like the vertex, and I'm just going to write it here. Okay, so to get the vertex with the vertex form, it's h comma k. And you just have to remember that the formula says minus. So if this was x minus 2 squared, the h would be a positive 2, not a negative 2. Okay? And then whatever the k is what you put for the y value. All right? On the standard form, you have to do the opposite of b over 2a. And then whatever you get here, you plug in to get your y value. It's not quite as clean and easy. Value. There we go. Okay. Now, axis of symmetry.
That's where I had trouble.
Okay. AOS. Okay.
No, I think
What, finding the y value from the standard? Okay. Yeah, it's a little more work. Okay. So most of the time I'll abbreviate it AOS. And we talked about the axis of symmetry. I'm going to draw a little picture down here. Okay, and I'm just going to put it in there. 1, 3, 4. And so this one's kind of in the half. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is like 2.5, and then 1, 2, we'll call it. All right. So the axis of symmetry would be like the fold line for the parabola. Okay? And it shares the x value of the vertex. It's the same as the x value of the vertex. Okay, so this point right here, the vertex, is 2.5 and 2, according to my drawing. Okay? So my axis of symmetry would be x equals 2.5. Does that make sense? Okay. So x equals, and in this case, to get the x value, you had to do the opposite of b over 2a. All right. But over here, all you have to say is x equals h. So the vertex form is nice because it makes it really easy to pull these points out.
Yeah, what says the opposite of b?
Opposite of b. If b right here
is a 5, it would be a negative 5?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Okay. All right. So those are the 3 major points. Now, if you want the y-intercept, what's always true at the y-intercept? Let me slide it back up so you can see it. What's the x value always going to be at the y-intercept?
0.
It's always going to be 0. So you plug in 0 for x and you get your y-intercept. Okay. So a lot of times they'll ask you for the y-intercept. And in that case, you plug in 0 for x so that you can get, or to get, y. Okay, and that's the same over here. Plug in 0 for x to get y. Okay, so in a nutshell, that's what we did. We did a little bit, there's a little more to it, but that kind of gives you an update if you weren't here. All right, so let's look at this worksheet now. Okay, and we said to do the evens. So right here, okay, it's nice when they give us the graph because we can easily find the vertex. Okay, -2 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're right. Okay, is that vertex a maximum or a minimum? It's a maximum. It's at the top of the hill. So all you have to do is really circle max for me. All right, now the axis of symmetry is a line, so it's x equals, and it's the same as the x value on the vertex. That's right. So x equals -2. All right, now the y-intercept here, we can just look on the graph. What is it? Okay, so this is 0, 1. And the direction of opening?
Down.
It's down. Is everybody good with that? Of course, I told you I'll do the evens, and the first one I do is the odd one, but that's okay. All right, now, I also told you that if it opens down, what's true about the x squared? It's negative. There you go. So this means that x squared is negative if it opens down every single time. Okay? All right, so now we'll try and swap to the evens here. All right, so what's our vertex here? Okay, 1, and I wrote my negative in the wrong place. 1, -6. Maximum or minimum? Minimum. It's at the bottom. Axis of symmetry is x equals 1. Y-intercept? There you go. And direction of opening? Okay, the vertex is this point right here where it changes direction. That's it. That's it. You good? From the origin, we went right 1, and then we went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down. Okay? All right, now, if opening down means the x squared is negative, what does opening up mean?
Positive.
The x squared is positive. Okay. All right, so let's look at number 3, or 4 rather. Okay, circle 1. Is this vertex form or standard form?
Vertex.
This one, 9x.
Oh, no, that was standard.
This one is standard. But to give you a comparison, what's number 5? It's vertex form. Okay? All right, now, so we're looking at this, and to get the vertex, we have to do the opposite of B over 2A for the x value. Okay, so what's B? Okay, -18 over 2 times what? 2 times 9. We just need the numbers. We don't have to worry about the x's. Okay, so that's -18 over 18, which is what? -1. Okay, so we know we've got a -1 for our x value. All right, now, just looking at this equation real quick, I'm kind of jumping around, but I always like to fill in what I know because it makes me feel smart. Okay, so if my x squared is positive, is the vertex a maximum or a minimum?
Minimum.
It's a minimum because that means it's opening up. Okay? All right, now, so I need to plug this -1 into the equation to get my y value for the vertex. So I'm going to slide down here. I've got 9 times -1 squared plus 18 times -1 plus 14. Okay, well, -1 times -1 is +1 times 9 is 9. 18 times -1 is a -18. So I think that's -9 right there. And then we have to add 14. So negative 9 plus 14 is 20, no, you're right, 5. You're absolutely right.
9 times -1 is -9.
No, negative 1 squared, remember, order of operations, you have to square it first. Negative 1 times negative 1 is positive 1. Positive 1 times 9 gives you that positive 9. Okay, then before we can add it, we have to multiply negative 1 times 18, so that's really minus 18. So that means those two are negative 9, and then we have to add the 14, so positive 5 is right. So that's our y value. Okay, now we've got our vertex, so what is our axis of symmetry?
Oh, x equals -1.
Perfect. Okay, now our y-intercept, what do we have to do? At any y-intercept, the x is always what?
Oh, wait. 0?
Yes, the x is 0, so we need to plug in 0 for x and get our y-intercept. Okay, so if we're looking at the equation here, if I plug in 0 on 9x squared, that goes to 0, right? If I plug in 0, so it's just the 14. That's my whole point. Okay, so our y-intercept is 0, 14.
It goes up.
And it opens up because the x squared was positive. That's it. So it's not hard. It's just a bunch of little nitpicky things.
Okay.
Okay? All right, so let's flip the page here. And let's look at number 6. Now, we're not converting these. We're finding the vertex, the axis of symmetry, the opening.
No.
We didn't do the opening?
No, you had
Hang on, let me.
maximum, minimum, vertex, axis of symmetry, and y-intercept.
Okay, so we didn't do opening, but we did do maximum, minimum, and the y-intercept. And that's what we're doing on all the rest of these, basically. Okay, so vertex, and I'm just going to write max, min.
Yeah.
It is a max because the x squared is negative. Okay, so we got to do a little bit of work here because this is standard form, so I need the opposite of b over 2a. So really this doesn't give you enough room to work everything out, but okay, so number 6, vertex. So x is the opposite of b over 2a, so that's negative 12 over 2 times negative 2, right? So that's negative 12 over negative 4, so my x is 3. So I'm going to put 3 comma, and then our axis of symmetry is going to be x equals 3, right? Because they share that. All right, now, so I need to plug this 3 into the equation. So I've got negative 2 times 3 squared plus 12 times 3 minus 14. 3 squared is 9 times negative 2, that's negative 18. 12 times 3 is 36 and minus 14. So that's 18 minus 14, which is 4. Somebody check me. 4 is good? Okay. All right. So our y value for the vertex is 4. All right. So we've done our vertex. We've done our axis of symmetry, maximum, minimum, y-intercept. So I need to plug in 0 for my x. So that means the first term goes away, the second term goes away, and we're left with, sorry, you can't see it, negative 14. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Has everybody done 8? Or has anybody done 8? Let me flip it around.
Minimum.
Okay. Well, I tell you what, everybody work number 8 right now. All right. Let's give you a minute to do it, and then we'll go over it. You ready or not quite?
Wait.
That's fine.
Tell me, I got everything except for Y. How do you want it to be?
Plug in 0 for X. You might want to write that down somewhere so that
Oh,
it
wait.
stands out to you.
I think I have it. Okay, yeah.
Okay. Plug in 0 for X.
Alright. I think I'm ready.
Okie doke.
Excuse me, can I use the restroom real quick?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Maybe, it doesn't seem right for lines.
All right, well, let's look at it. Okay, so number 7. I'm just gonna fold that down. 8, sorry. Number 8, you're right. All right, now, so we need the vertex and we need axis of symmetry and y-intercept. Okay, so the vertex, x is opposite of b, so that's positive 40 over 2 times 4, which is 8. So so x is 5, you're right. Okay.
I thought you had to have like the fraction.
Yeah, you do. It'll be 40 over 8. And you just
Yeah,
divide
40
it.
over 8, and then that simplifies. What'd you get?
I got 5. I just put 40 and then divided by 8.
No, you really want just the 5. You want to simplify it as much as possible. Okay, so you did it right. All right, so that's the x value. That's also our axis of symmetry. So write that down, x equals 5. All right, now our x squared is positive. So which way is this graph opening?
Oh,
It's opening up, which means the vertex is a
minimum.
minimum. All right, now we're going to take that 5 and we're going to plug it in. So 4 times 5 squared minus 40 times 5 plus 108.
8.
Okay, so that's 25 times 4 is 100 minus, why am I drawing a blank? 4 times 5, 200.
I didn't do it like all out. Like break it down like this. I just did it all at one time.
Okay, that's fine. So 100 minus 200 is a negative 100. And when you add the 108, you're right, you get a positive 8. So the y value of our vertex is 8. So our total vertex is 5, 8. Then we're left with the y-intercept. So we take our equation, we plug in 0 for x, so that goes away and that goes away, and we're left with,
Okay, so I was right. I put 0 on 108.
that's it.
Okay.
That one was a really big one. It would be hard to graph on the calculator because you'd have to readjust your screen. Okay? Any questions there? Okay, you good, Kelly? Yeah, what's your question? Well, but you had the right answer.
But I didn't get any further than that because it didn't seem right to me.
Okay, well, it takes a little getting used to. Okay? It takes a little getting used to. Kate's had it for a couple of days, and you're just seeing it for the first time today. So you're going to get it. All right, so let's look at number 10. Okay, I'll give everybody a few minutes to do number 10. Jordan, are you with me or are you snoozing? Okay. Put your phone up, please, and work number 10. Okay, hang on just a second. We'll go over it. So how far did you get, Kelly?
All the way.
Okay, all right, good deal. Let's look at it. All right, so x equals opposite of b, which is negative 42, over 2 times negative 7. Okay, well, the formula says negative b over 2a, so you have to change the sign on the 42. Okay, so 42 divided by 14.
Negative 14.
It is, you're right. So we've got a negative divided by negative is a positive, so it should be 3. Okay, so we've got 3. We've got x equals 3 for our axis of symmetry. Our x squared is negative, so is it a maximum or a minimum? Okay, if it's negative, it's opening down, and you're right, it's a maximum. Okay. Okay, well, that's the 2 and the A. The A is negative 7. Okay, so you're learning. All right, so now we plug in 3 here. So we've got negative 7 times 3 squared plus 42 times 3 minus 54. 3 squared is 9. 9 times 7 is 63, and that's negative. 42 times 3, that's 6. That's 126. And that's positive. And then we got minus 54. Okay, so negative 63 plus 126 minus 54. 9. That's it. There we go. All right, now, when we plug in 0 for x to get our y-intercept, the x squared goes away, the x goes away, and we're left with
0 and negative.
There we go.
Boom.
Okay? All right. Now, so let's look at this vertex form. We're not converting. We're still finding our vertex, our axis of symmetry, our max min, everything that we did right here, we're going to do down here, but it's a different form of the equation. So you look at it a little differently. All right, so the vertex is h comma k. So h is 4, k is negative 3. You like that because you just pull it straight out of the equation. Okay. All right. Now, our x squared is going to be positive, right? So if it's positive, it's opening up, which means our vertex is a the vertex is a minimum. Yeah. Okay. So our axis of symmetry is x equals
4.
Good. And then our y-intercept.
0.
So x 0 minus 4 is negative 4 squared minus 3. So 16 minus 3, I believe, is 13. Oh, I forgot my half. So half of 16 is 8 minus 3 is 5. Okay?
So do you plug in the half on the second?
Yeah, because it's on the, you plug in the 0 here, get your answer, square it, and then multiply by half. Okay? And then plus or minus whatever. Okay? So that's going to be 5. So our y-intercept is 0, 5. All right, so y'all try number 14 now. Mm-hmm.
So wait, I would plus 0, then plus 6 squared, that's square.
Mm-hmm. And then multiply times 3.
That's what I did. Then I minus 7. I got a big number. Does it matter if it's big number?
Probably not. Hang on just a second. Yeah, 36 times 3 is going to be a big number. Yeah.
And then I got minus. I think it's right. And the 0. Wait.
Did you get that?
Yeah, I got 0 and 1, but I didn't get a negative 6.
Okay.
I got a positive 6.
Remember, the formula says x minus h. So if it's x minus a negative 6, it goes positive.
Oh, okay.
Okay? You have to take the opposite of the sign
Even on
inside the
Vertex?
parentheses.
Okay.
Okay?
So opposite no matter what. Right?
Yes. Yes. Well, yeah, it's the opposite of B on the standard, and then you take the opposite sign on the vertex.
That's what it's
Okay? So what I want you to do right now is I want you to work on 7, 8, 9, 13, and 15. See what you can do there. All right? Yes, and I'll be right back.
We already got a
Okay, that's fine. Whatever we haven't done right there. go on and
7,
do that.
8, 9, and what?
Just the right-hand column, 15,
Oh,
7, 8, or
7, 9, 11, 7, 9,
yes,
11.
thank you. I couldn't say it right. And I'll be right back.
May I use those?
How are you gonna ask these rest of the two? You wanna play that game?
I'll give you the answers. It's just, how do you feel like doing it?
Someone has it, like, just like, I don't know, you could go pretty fast. I'm pretty sure you was, I'm pretty sure you was at 100%. 110, so you could do it.
I would do the same thing, yeah. I could do like that.
Yeah.
Is that going on?
He was in the middle lane, so people started out in front of him, and he was like in front by a lot, by everyone. And then everyone passed him up, because he had to like hobble for like 15 yards, so to make it to Kate, and pass the line, and Kate got it back to the second. James, or Jonathan kept us in second, and then James kept us in second, to the last like 2 backers.
I just making my little house.
Huh? Yeah, James was using. James almost got messed up. It was James. Was James catching up that dude between us? On the one go. On the 200, on the 2 or the 4x2, he almost got the James for last
I
night.
don't know,
He dusted him, I'm pretty sure. I don't remember because I was kind of. I
You got
was,
a good Everly win. We would have won 4x1.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
But I got
They
the
would've
on
dusted-
last play.
They would have dusted, bro.
Bet.
I told you.
Second. That's what happened to me, yes.
Yeah.
When I got
He was last when Kate got the shot, he got back in second. Or he was last by a lot. They was like 30 yards ahead of like every person. Sean literally had to come in like this.
I had literally went backwards and that.
Yeah, he was like.
No, it's that thing that's like that. And I felt like I wouldn't even say you was juicing. They said I was juicing on the 4x2 off and those people.
Nah, you look like you were jogging on the 4x2.
Except I
Not jogging. You
put us
Yeah.
ahead by like 40 yards, 50
Yeah.
yards.
It looked like you were going faster than everyone else, but it still didn't look like you were going.
Really like a fluid. May I use the restroom?
You might.
Wait, what happened?
You all right?
Said something else.
Maybe. Try and roll it over, okay? If you need to get up and stretch your legs, do that.
4x4. He ran a 3. It was was, I'm pretty sure we ran like a 352.
I ran a 350.
A 352, yeah. Or 4x14.
What about that?
Who's first lady?
3 minutes?
252.
Wow, that's good.
Pretty sure that's what we had.
That's like Olympic pace.
Oh,
Y'all had to at least do it in a 4 minutes.
then a
Cause-
452.
So 3 minutes, everyone would have ran like,
We all ran like 54, 55, something like that.
That's good.
that.
That's good.
Yeah, we all ran like under 55 for sure.
Who's on first lady?
I mean,
Is Noah last?
I got first. I got first out of everyone first. Like, we was in first the entire
Is
time.
Noah the last one?
Besides Aaron, actually. Aaron got passed up by the dude from Holy Zed and he passed him up around the last
Is
first.
that pretty hard to do?
No, it was bulky dude. It was like one of the football players. He was tan and bulky. It's kind of like swole. It's kind of like short. Yeah, it's really short. Tan, short, and he has like black hair.
Oh,
I think he was their fullback or something, like one of the fullbacks.
quarterback.
Yeah, maybe. No, the quarterback's captain, like really white. He wasn't on the basketball team.
Okay, that's my mom.
The quarterback was that little.
Who eat the donut, please?
And then I ran, I think it was like 47 in the 300 meter hurdles. 47.
I don't know. I bet your legs were like.
On the last ones, I could barely jump over them. But Jonathan said the closest dude to me was like 20 yards behind me. And then the rest of them were like 50.
Getting used.
Dude, I don't know when I got so fast. I used to run like 60s, and now I'm running like 55, 54. 5 seconds on the floor, and that's a lot.
Purpose is so easy.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel people in my strides. People look at me like, I'm just like, for real, I try to make it as long as possible because it saves energy for me. Not having to-
Did they win the 100? The Olympics heat?
He got him in second.
Oh, I thought they won the 4.
He didn't do it as one hundred. Jonathan did it as 100. John was supposed to do it as 100. He did the open 200 and won that. Yeah, he did the open 200 and won that.
People were telling me like,
Blaine got like fourth in that, I think.
I heard people were saying like, he was too rough on that.
Bro, Noah is so good at track.
No.
Noah is gonna be a track star. And he is a star.
Dude, you can be fine at everything, dude. Maybe except football and baseball. You go to get basketball. And he's a good at track.
Dude, he's already so good at track. He already like this person literally.
I heard he juices it. I've seen him juice it.
He juices everything. He was on the Noah's on the 4x2 team, right? He juiced it in that too, bro.
I know.
And Noah got the smooth looking running the 200.
Okay, y'all probably did.
Okay, clean your desk for me, please. And finish these, even problems up for tomorrow, okay?
You got the result? Like the times? Yes. Show Jay but too. This is the 4x2. You want to watch it? Yeah. You want to watch it too? Well, the 4x2 race. No, that was the 4x1.
I can show you the one on
Oh, I want to do that one too. I want to see Kate get him back in the second place on this day. This is Jonathan, right? Jonathan, you got hurt? That's 18 from there. Oh, yeah.
Who's second?
I wish I know it was that small, and now I'm 7 years old.
No, juiced it, bro.
Good lord. Like, it's probably, I told him, I said, well, he said that,
Definitely mess with you.
oh, that's that, oh, yeah.
No, this guy.
Is it you?
He does you. Look, see, bro, he's doing
I had a bad time out of one people.
Okay, but still, bro.
That doesn't even look like a dog, bro.
Yeah,
It looks like your
I've
dog.
seen it run, bro.
I've
Look
seen
at you,
I
look at
just.
the gap.
Oh god, dude, I need to catch some you.
Who's this, man?
You freaking stomping around like come on, James.
Yeah, he almost messed
James looks like he's going.
it. He was, he said he was jogging. He was disqualified.
Why do you think we were just falling?
Because he thought he dropped the baton, like, because
No, we didn't drop
do
the
it,
baton.
because they didn't do a clean handoff or something. I don't know.
Oh, go.
Y'all have a good day.
You too.
Thank you. Okay, this is what I want to see all the time, okay? Because I know you can do it.
My mind too.
That's right. That's exactly it.
I'm back from HE double hockey sticks.
Where were you?
Very, like, extremely bad stomach bug.
A bad what?
Stomach bug.
Oh. A lot of people have had that.
Like,
Oh,
it
it's
was
been
everything you
class.
did. Migraines, diarrhea, like stopped up nose, coughing.
Everyone else.
And then I was,
The only person having.
Looks good.
I'm not allowed to be released until 2 weeks. Like, I can't do any athletics.
Yeah, they don't want blood vessel to break.
I'm mad because my mother tried convincing them to just give me the rest of the week off since I had spring break the next week.
If you posted anything.
But they're like, no, you have to go back to school on Thursday, so.
That's okay.
If you posted any work, because I got practice today, I didn't do it.
Well, that's okay. It's not a huge deal.
I wasn't able to do work. I was stuck in bed.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
fell
that's
asleep
fine.
as soon as I got.
I tried.
This week, if you had to have it, this was not a bad week to have it because with Tuesday and Thursday being testing days and track and softball and all kinds
Yeah,
of
okay,
things going on,
The one
we
day,
haven't done a lot.
the one day I tried actually looking for work, I got up, sat on my desk, and passed out.
Oh, no. Poor
I just
baby.
got home.
No, it was from me having stayed up all night coughing and not able to sleep.
Yeah.
Kobe said I need a lot. When I watched
I didn't have any honey in the house still.
Did you have for lunch?
This is my
It's almost like, because I keep losing my.
this is what I did my project on for Miss Holly in the 6 weeks. It's
Ah,
fireflies.
okay, yeah, you had said you wanted to do that.
You would not believe your eyes. 10 million fireflies lit up the world as I fell asleep. Because they fill in the open air and leave teardrops everywhere. You think me rude, but I would just stand and stare.
But Hope made a little joke. Your mom. No, it was she made this first one. Oh my.
Can I get some water? Because I've been coughing. I'm still trying to get over the cough.
I was going to say I'd offer you some, but I don't have any right now, so go get you
Did you
some.
seriously run out?
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm out right now.
I was gonna get some more.
dang it.